Good day, welcome to Otaku Den. So, I've had a few people ask about my LEDs I use in my bases for my Gundams and how I did it. So, there's two ways to power the LEDs that you can go by. A is with one of these little packs that come with a switch in the back. Pretty easy, simple to use. Match the red up to the red and the black to the black, or black to, let's say if you have one of these ones, you just have to match up that. The nice thing about all the LEDs I've been using, I get off Amazon, I do suggest when you get them though, get the 10 millimeters. Not the 20s, I made a mistake and ordered the wrong size once. But they all have the little chip inside of them, so they'll all be safe. Now as for prepping the base, you do a clear base. I painted this one with metallic silver, then with a light coating, then did a black underneath it to give it a different type of sheen. But the bases, some of them, the holes will match up pretty nicely already, so just slide them in. But if you need to make them a little bit wider, one of these guys does a really good job. Or get a drill bit that fits your hole you're doing and put it on a tool, and just take it, slide it in, and just start rounding it out a little bit more. It won't take much, just a little bit of effort and it will come through. It's not that bad, won't take you long. Once that's done, just slide her up in. As you can see, easy peasy. Now as for the wiring itself, you have two options again, like I was saying. Option A, battery pack. I like the battery pack, but I don't like the battery pack because it makes it so we have to move them all around. You have to worry about the battery pack swinging around. I suggest doing though is going for USB. The nice thing with the USBs are they're easy to hook up. Now some USBs will have a black cable. They usually have the red. Now sometimes the black is not sheathed at all, so you have to just kind of wind them together. That's what I do, because this one has the black cable as 3 parts. What I do is I just wind them together, and then I'll first put the red wire on. I don't solder anymore. I cut this back a little bit more. I take the two, twist them together, and then bend them back with a heat shrink around it. Now the heat shrink will allow you to do is get away with soldering. Just cut the heat shrink right, and it'll shrink around and hold your connection. But before you do that, make sure to put a bigger heat shrink around the whole thing. By having the whole thing in a heat shrink, when you start off, it slides down. Slide that up over top when you do your next wire. That way, one heat shrink to cover up to keep the connections from touching, and the second heat shrink to hold it all together. I find that makes it a little bit easier. Again, there's probably a lot better tutorials than mine on YouTube out there. This is just how I've been doing it. So I'm pretty sure there's people out there that can go, oh, you need to solder, you need to do this. Again, you're not working for a lot of high voltage here. You're not trying to set a rocket to the moon. You're setting up a couple of LEDs. It's not a big deal. Soldering, I find, is a pain in the butt myself. I prefer doing it this way. As for LEDs, I get mine off Amazon, but here in Canada I find it's a lot harder to get the nice ones. If you look on YouTube, there's a few people out there that do a lot nicer tutorials and get the really nice, like tiny little itty bitty LEDs that just will blow your mind how good they are with them. Otaku, my Otaku builder is one to watch. I will post his channel in with this. He does an awesome job, way better than I will ever do in my lifetime. But that's just how I do it. And as for getting your wires moving around, just take and snip, snip, and make sure you make yourself pathways to get wires in. Now what I use for getting my wires to stick down and my LEDs is this stuff. It adheres by using the ultraviolet light. works really great for me. I would prefer to, but it's expensive, so I wouldn't suggest it. Super glue with fast-acting agent will work a lot better. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get ones that have worked right yet. I've ordered a couple off Amazon, and it just went to absolute poops on me. And the ones I wanted to try, unfortunately, it's going to cost me far too much in shipping to you involved with, because they want 3 times the price just to have it shipped to me. But no, that's basically how I do it. I hope this is helpful to people. I'll try to toss some up, and I do post more on TikTok, so come join me on TikTok, folks, and have yourselves a great evening. Be safe.